cuin an tara racha I géirí an ghabhfuiln sin a chur I litríocht, ach nach bhfuil isce go cairríonn teangacha le litríocht. Dá méimim ara idicus ní hamháin go lean fi mé le catechis teanga Eorpacha I munscoilna, a caitheann níos mó orthú. B'éidir go mbeidh sé beag an costasach ach ní có costasach le daoine bheith díostaithe amach an seo.
Do the BAI consider that Section 53, which was used for the first time here to conduct this investigation, is adequate and sufficient, or does it require to be reviewed and amended in order to protect the rights of the individual or the citizen?
Mindful of the potentially huge needs involved earlier this year, I moved quickly to mobilise emergency funding for agencies operating in the region, authorising an initial allocation of $5 million in support.
Africa, our continent, is home to many diverse nations. As we speak, Egypt is making history as they decide their leader for the first time. There are also many other African countries that have managed to hold free and fair elections.
I can assure Deputy Healy-Rae it's not my intention, knowing his county very well as I do. The last thing I would want to do is to deprive his constituents of the opportunity to see either replays of himself or his work for them in the Dáil. The objective is the opposite, that people should have access. And as I say, we have put a lot of work into that, and RTE and Serview in particular have put a lot of work into it.
As I've said, there have been 33 petitions sent. A great deal of work has been done in bringing the petitions to the necessary level that the Petitions Committee can investigate them. And I know that the members of the Petition Committee have spent time deliberating and reading up on the petitions. The first petition that we have for discussion is petition 2912 from Dr. Kieran McMahon concerning open access to public funded research.
Given it's our first petition that we've dealt with, I think it's entirely appropriate that it is with regard to information that we're trying to release into the public domain, or at least the petitioner is attempting to release into the public domain.
How much money is going through the system, whether it's in respect of the representative allowance or the secretarial allowance, for which there is no paper trail?
The temporary unvouched element that comes up to 610,000 for this year.
Now, UN Women was established because we all recognise the great disparities that exist for women worldwide, perhaps most starkly evident in developing countries. The case of Malala Yousafzai, the 14-year-old Pakistani girl who tried to claim the right of education and was attacked and is still being treated. Worldwide, for every 100 boys out of school, there are still 122 girls out of school.
And I was appalled, as somebody who was a teacher up to 3 years ago, that certainly in Sierra Leone, quite a number of teachers were involved in the rape of their students.
The bank's mission is to deal with the assets of the former Anglo-Irish Bank and those of Irish Nationwide Building Society since the merger of these two entities in July of last year. We now do that under the name of IBRC. We've been doing so for just over a year.
Any intelligence regarding the amount of stuff that's actually getting undetected?
I have heard those discussions and I've been privy to those discussions. In reality, nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. What we can do and what we are doing is to target areas where we see a proliferation of drugs.
There are mental health services for young people, but young people just don't know about these services or how to access them.
What we would like to achieve today is to stress that while there are services in place, they are not distributed evenly around the country. There are areas where there is a lack of services.